Listen, man. I like the energy level. I think the best thing I like about it, win, lose or draw, really want to see them pull this out is the fact that Jameis Winston threw a pick six. And I thought one real big play of the game was him coming right back after that, Earl, making that big time throw and getting them right back into the football game. And listen, and we can't say that this was one of them situations where it's a bad defense. We've heard that before when Jameis puts up numbers.
That's a damn good defense.
This defense was lights out before.
And Jameis just threw a pick.
That's ball game.
That's game. Jameis just threw another pick six.
Oh, wow. I didn't even see this.
Jameis, that is the most classic.
That's Jameis. That is Jameis Winston's play. You get good
Jameis finish in the history of Jameis finishes, in the history of possible Jameis finishes. He just passed the franchise record for receiving yards in a game with over 460, and then throws a pick six to lose it, his second pick six of the night.
I'm sitting here looking. Why didn't he touch? Why did he give up on the play? Why didn't he touch him?
Welcome, everybody, to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Frustration there. By the way, is Earl's TV on the ceiling? If you see Earl in there, he's like, it's like his TV's on the ceiling. We've got Tyvis, we've got Dustin, we've got G, all here on this Tuesday, reacting to another Browns loss. Although it's a hard game to figure out because Jameis in some ways played an all-time great game, but then threw two pick sixes that ultimately cost the game. Mike, Steve, Anthony, and Earl on the other side of the glass. Let's go rapid fire around and see everybody's first reaction. Let's start with Tyvis.
Well, I mean, obviously it was a very entertaining game. I was excited to see how the Browns fought back. Jameis pulled a Jameis. You got the good and the bad with Jameis, and obviously when Jameis is on, he looks like a top 10 quarterback in this league. I mean, him and Jerry Jeudy was something special last night. It was magical to see Jerry Jeudy go out there and play with that chip on his shoulder and have the production that he had. It justified the Amari Cooper trade, in my personal opinion. The only beefs that I had is I had a beef with the Elijah Moore thing with the pick. I don't know why you didn't touch him. He was playing great too. That's what really made me. Because what really got me upset is that I had just texted the group that you was doing good and you go and do something like this. So I was upset at that. The defense, they got some things to fix because I thought they got gashed a couple of times in the run game. Bo Nix looked nice, man. That Rookie of the Year thing really going to come down to the end. I think they definitely got them one with that. It was nice to see secondary make some plays on the ball, get a couple of interceptions in there. But fact of the matter is, you can't throw two pick sixes and win the game. It's just not going to happen. And even with the chance to have it at the end, you close the game with a pick. So Jameis did what Jameis did, I do think that this coaching staff sabotaged themselves this season because knowing how the thing started and how it looks now and how the season started, it was a change that should have been made earlier in the season. Maybe we'd be singing a different tune.
So, remember when we were kids and there was the best commercial of all time? It was Nike. And it was Michael Vick, and it was the Michael Vick experience, right? Yesterday was the complete Jameis Winston experience. We got everything that we thought we'd get. We thought we'd get great plays down the field, explosive, touchdown passes, escape in the pocket, like all kinds of great things. And the good comes with the bad. And obviously we got a lot of that bad when it mattered most. It was a fun game to watch. Fun game to watch when your team doesn't have to win. Your team isn't playing for playoffs or whatever. It was like, holy cow. I was watching it at the Waking Lizard down the street with a bunch of Browns fans, and they were going nuts. We're having a great time. It was a great time. Obviously, things fell apart. Jerry Jeudy. Come on, bro. Do we got to play the Broncos every week? I mean, do we got to put the Bronco logo on the opposing team's helmet every week? Why?
He was inspired.
Couple other things quickly. Stefanski's not the problem with this football team. I've been saying that for a while, and the offense it continues to prove that the quarterback has been the problem. Okay, these receivers all look like superstars. I texted you guys last night and said, man, I bet you the Andy Reid saying, man, he'd look good in red and white.
Yeah.
I mean, every receiver looked like they could play for the Chiefs last night all of a sudden. So that to me is mind-boggling. And a very simple answer is it was Deshaun Watson was a big part of that problem for this team. The offensive line blocked a lot better last night. So it's just kind of funny how when things start to get cooking and positive things start to happen for your football team, everybody else around starts to pull their weight a little bit more. You saw it last night.
Gee.
Yeah, man. By the way, when you saw that cold open, he threw another pick after that.
That's right. He did.
So he gave me a whole nother one. Like it went from 4 touchdowns to 1 pick, 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, and then the cardinal sin is the ones in the red zone which kill you.
The game was pretty much over.
I mean, them hurt your heart.
Covering the spread.
Them hurt your heart.
I know.
Some guys, some poor sucker lost their crib last night.
Well,
because of that interception.
I had a parlay that I put out for the fans.
Lost his whole crib.
You want to know how much I'd have won last night if the Browns would have won that game?
Because they would have won?
Dude, I took a parlay where I parlayed Winston to throw over 400, Jeudy to catch over 140.
You took him on the money line?
It was a halftime. I added to it.
Oh,
Okay, well, who missed? What
The Browns winning.
Oh, you took him on the money line.
So it was a parlay. So the Browns had to win. Jeudy had to have at the half at 96. So I bet for him to have over 140.
So what
total.
was it? Plus what?
Oh, it was a lot.
Like more shoe money, big time shoe money.
Yeah, I had put out a parlay.
Five figures.
I had put a parlay out for fans of over on the total, over on Elijah Moore yards, and the Browns +6. I thought I had it in the bag after the Broncos kicked that field
The
goal.
+6, I was like, oh, they're good. That's locked in.
That's why it's never in the bag until the game's over. Go ahead, G.
Move your headset. That looks terrible on your chest.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
G, finish your point.
That was terrible. But you know, at least you know when you got a regular quarterback in there that can throw the football. You see what Jerry Jeudy looks like. You know, that's one bright spot. We'll talk about it in the show. So one bright spot is the fact that Jerry Jeudy, playing against a good defense, a nice secondary, came out there and was balling. The offensive line looked a lot better pass protection-wise. Still can't run the football, but that's a whole nother thing. But I will say this. This is the entertainment factor that you're looking for. If you're going to be 3-9, at least go ahead and give me some plays where I can get at least I got my 400 and 500. I was asking for that all half of the year, this year and last year. I got my 400 and 500. I already understand that they're not going to the playoffs, so okay, cool with that. And I can see some guys and see what they're going to want to do and get better a little bit. Now I can imagine, like, okay, well, listen, if you got Jameis, what are you going to do? You're going to go get an offensive lineman? Are you going to bolster the defense? You start looking at some different things. But I've come to the conclusion that, in my mind, I'm cool with them signing Jameis Winston to a 1-year deal or whatever the case may be, bring him back. I don't know if it's going to, put you over the top, so to speak, but I agree with Tyvis. It'll look a lot better. And I think if Jameis would have been playing earlier, you'd be looking at maybe 5-6 wins, and you be still in the hunt for whatever that's worth. But if you're looking at next year, the obvious choice for me is bring Jameis back, go get another couple of receivers, go get the best available at one of your positions and needs in the draft, and let him have an offseason to sit in there, and maybe he can work out some of this stuff with the interceptions. But at least it was an entertaining game, and Sundays will be all right for the rest of the year.
If I have a comment to rebut one of the things you said, should I hold it or let you
just
go?
Go.
Yeah.
Just a thought on that, the Jameis Winston thing. Jameis's value is going down right now a little bit, I think, because teams are looking at him and saying, well, Jameis is what we thought he was. I mean, he's going to put up the big yards, big numbers, and he's going to throw the picks.
Right.
Costly picks. Like, nobody watched that game last night as a scout or a GM or whatever and is like, man, that guy can win a championship.
Right.
I didn't think that. I mean, I don't know that I've ever thought that. I think that what we're so enamored with Jameis Winston is that he actually looks like an NFL quarterback.
Yeah.
He looks like how an offense is supposed to look. They throw the ball down the field well. Like, guys actually look like receivers. With that being said, I don't think Jameis is the answer long term. Jameis clearly could be and probably should be the answer for next year.
Yeah.
But with that being said, like that's not good enough. Right. I mean,
No,
the numbers are great. They're gaudy. It's fun. You scored, a zillion points.
Yeah, you
Go
can't
ahead.
win it.
Let's hold that there for
Give me your
now
shotgun.
because
Yeah.
we're going to get back to
into
that.
Jameis, but you
But
still
let
gotta
me just
give your
say,
shotgun.
short term, the game was a ton of fun. Jameis is fun to watch. We have seen now 2 years in a row veteran professional quarterbacks play well in the same offense when Deshaun Watson looked completely lost. outside of 1/2 against the Baltimore Ravens. So that was fun. The wide receiver performances with Jameis have been crazy. Obviously, Jerry Jeudy's numbers are just insane with Jameis, especially last night. But even Elijah Moore, I mean, he looks like a legitimate wide receiver playing with Jameis Winston. Even more, because like Elijah Moore didn't do anything with Joe Flacco either. He didn't his numbers. But Elijah Moore, he's getting 1 million targets, and the Browns are throwing the ball 1 million times.
Mike Woods, man.
He looked, all these guys look like real players in this game.
Yes.
Now, so that's good. The Browns, how many times did we say with Deshaun Watson, why can't we just look like these other offenses?
Yes.
Well, at least they do. At least they look like a real NFL offense, and that's great. Now, the downside long term, I agree with what you said about Jameis. I agree with you. He's probably their best option for next year. I think we can wait till the end of the season to decide, but probably they're going to need another long-term answer.
He's fun to root for, man.
He is. He's a character.
Yeah.
I mean, that line after the game, what did he say?
Lord, help deliver me from interceptions.
Pick six.
I did think it was funny that he said that's not him because he's, I believe, thrown more pick sixes per game than any quarterback in the NFL.
Such a sweet guy.
He's thrown like 14. The only Matthew Stafford's the only guy that's thrown significantly more pick sixes, and Matthew Stafford's obviously played a lot more games than Jameis.
It's like you being a guy who gets hit by the most pitches. It's like it's inexplicable. How could you even predict that?
Some of it is just bad luck.
You're right.
But Jameis throws a lot of interceptions in general.
Well, and the bad luck would mean Elijah Moore. Just all you have to do is go.
It was weird.
It was so bizarre.
He gave up.
And the Browns had timeouts. Like the game was not over.
That's what they had all three.
That was weird.
They weren't in field goal range.
One other thing, we've talked so much, and we'll get back to Jameis here in a second. We've talked so much about Jameis, and it's a positive feeling about. But there are some things long term that are major concerns for this team. The defense has taken a huge step back. I mean, they're just not playing well. You talked about the quintessential Jameis game. How about the quintessential Denzel Ward game? Plays great for 3 quarters and then gets hurt. I mean, that's him in a nutshell, unfortunately, too.
Easy.
I love Denzel, but I mean that's just his. That's him.
Hey,
Martin Emerson can't play.
Hey, by the way,
I thought it was worse than when he initially grabbed it.
The great thing about this game is we found out who we could we found a real gem at linebacker. His name is Martin Emerson.
They got to move him, right?
They got to move him to inside, bro.
Yeah.
Man, did you see it? He looks slow now.
What you mean, Tyvus?
No, see, this is the thing, man.
Oh, God.
I'm mad. I'm mad about this because I wanted to be so wrong. And
you were right.
I'm mad about it, though. I don't know what happened.
And there's a lot of issues. And right now, they can't run the ball at all.
Not at all.
They can't run the ball at all.
That should
Early in the season, you could have blamed a lot of it on the offensive line. I don't think the last couple of weeks that's been the case. Obviously, I don't want to say Nick Chubb's done because we got to see him next year.
Something's wrong.
Most guys take 2 years to come back from a knee injury.
Shoot, whatchamacallit got in there and gashed him? Jerome Ford?
Yeah, that one run.
Yeah,
the one run was nice. But he had one 24-yard run. Nick Chubb had that one run early for 10 yards. I think every other carry was like 1 or 2 yards, pretty much. They just can't run the ball.
Non-existent.
Honestly,
there's no balance to the offense at all.
I think that's those two things that you just hit on is gotta be. I know everybody's all about the quarterback.
Yeah.
But that run game and that defense.
There's a lot to clean up with this team.
You gotta
Mike,
figure it
let's
out.
go for the first break here today.